Good idea.
Good morning. I'm not sure what group I am in. I was unable to join last week, but I know I'm in a group. So if you could tell me, please, what is the group number?
Sonia, you're in group 2.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Everyone is off screen. Does anyone want to come on screen? Hi, Kai.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to familiarize ourselves with the faces.
Right.
Hi, Dale.
Good.
Just say, I'll just say hi, but I'm just recording. I'm not really a part of the session, so my camera.
I remember. Jasmine, was it you that reported out last time? I don't recall. I remember faces, but I'm not remembering names.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
So somebody wants to start the discussion? How are we going to handle the gentleman?
I'll take a quick stab at it, group. Thank you so much for having us be a part of this.
You couldn't hear me.
Oh, there you go, Miss Anna. Do you want to go?
No, that's all right. I was talking, but I forgot to unmute. So go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, great. In these situations, I think it's best to neutralize that person. In group settings, that means putting them in some kind of leadership role, whether that be a subcommittee within the formal structure. I think that would work really well for neutralizing Mr. Alfie, excuse me.
That's a good suggestion. I was also thinking, since he's calling and having meetings with everybody afterwards, we could attempt 2 things. One, try again in a meeting of the whole, address him. And if he continues to deny, then have a meeting with everybody without him and tell them that we're enabling him and we're working against ourselves. And, you know, but I like your suggestion of putting him in a leadership role where he has to work with everyone and has to speak up. So, but everybody else needs to know that we're enabling him. We're enabling the group by doing that, by even participating to meet with him privately.
Yeah, I think the prompt speaks to him innately having power or having some kind of sway with the group, given the fact that he is the best grower or farmer in this case. So with that being said, he has what we would call earned authority. So the only thing you could really do with that is, again, position him in a spot where he's speaking, and when he speaks, he actually is moving the co-op forward as, instead of, in this case, detaching or eroding from it.
I think he should just be called upon in one of the group meetings to say what he has to say. And get him to speak up in the meeting. Because obviously he has a lot to say. And since he's not saying it in the group, but saying it to each person, it is, you know, it's undermining the whole co-op. So I think somebody needs to take the bull by the horns and make him speak in the general meeting, you know, by asking the question or whatever it is he brought up when he met with them privately, then put him on the spot in the meeting so that he can be on the record as to what he has to say. Otherwise,
yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I think that this is Sonia, I think that might be a little bit confrontational, and you really don't want to be doing that. Giving him a special project to do and to report on would be a good thing. And I'm agreeing with Kai in that you would silence him, but also incorporate his skills and use him in a positive manner.
One thing I would suggest is that the whole team actually undergo some kind of training with regards to leadership and communication and whatever it needs to be, conflict management, so that they have the necessary skill set to be able to work together in an effective manner. Because when things like that happen, it could be a personality issue or it could be situational, or it could be some other way. And I like the idea of giving him a position, but who's to say he's going to perform well in that position if he's doing what he's doing? So I think there's going to need to be some training as well, in addition to the other ideas that's been thrown out.
Well said.
Yeah, that's I would say, you know, that all good ideas so far, but what I was thinking of within the laws, the rules and laws, there's always a grievance committee. And this person is, you know, he Mr. Alfie.
Alfie.
Yeah, he knows that he's the best at what he does, you know, he's got that power, you know, so I agree as well to put him in a role, but in a role where he would have to be disciplined, where he has to be disciplined to, you know, like sometimes get him to chair the meetings,
Mhm.
you know,
You
sometimes
know,
get him to chair the meetings and these kind of things, because most time when people like that have meetings outside of the meetings, is to susu about what was said and break up those decisions that was made in the meetings. You know, I would suggest, yeah, I agree with that. Put him in a responsible, powerful role as the chairperson.
yeah, but you also want to make sure that in that role, he has the skill set to lead. And with that kind of behavior, that's not good leadership. And that could be the
I
organization.
think,
That would be my
yeah.
concern. So maybe a subcommittee role, but not the leader. That could be detrimental to the organization as well. That's the flip side.
No,
So hence the
chairperson too.
training.
Yeah, the training is needed, but
The training is definitely needed.
there could also be like what we call a grievance committee.
Right.
Yeah, a grievance committee now, that because
Mhm.
you know when there's after meeting susu, I call it susu,
Yeah.
you know, the susu after meetings, it's not necessarily done coming together. It's done by phone, it's passed on from one to the other, you know, it's not necessary that he's talking to everybody, it's passed on. So take away their decision making, it makes it hard for those people to make decisions. So when I say a grievance committee, is that everybody is in there, and when they're going to set up this grievance committee now, talk about certain issues, and
Mhm.
those are the issues, because you know these issues of susu whatever it is, susu cause a problem with the organization as a whole. It makes the members
Accountable.
afraid to please, they don't want to upset that person, and they feel intimidated. My internet connection is kind of low.
But I think your points were heard. So I don't know who. I wasn't here for the last breakout, but who is the person that we've designated to deliver on behalf of the group?
It was me.
It's Jasmine.
Okay, Miss Rowe, Miss Jasmine. I think the suggestions are really great. Can we kind of give a step-by-step to providing a solution to the larger group? So I love the idea of the chair hosting communication courses. So then that way that Alfie doesn't feel attacked. So normally when those powerful people feel attacked, they only dig in deeper. Whereas if you have a communication course for the entire group, he doesn't feel attacked. So I think that's step one. Then I think step 2 is you do have your committee breakouts. And at that point, you would make Mr. Alfie your grievance chair. I don't know if that empowers him to do more complaining. I would like more of an active role. I don't know if we went over roles in co-ops, but I would kind of give him a position where he does feel in charge of something. To Mrs. Viola's point, we don't want to make him in charge of the whole co-op because that would be devastating. But maybe he's ahead of, I don't know, collection or quality control, something, or direct to market.
Whatever his expertise is.
Right. So
It's one thing to have a lot of knowledge, but some people don't know how to utilize it. So whatever his expertise is, that's where you want to best place him.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I would say that's maybe a 2 or 3 step process there. That way, when we bring it back to the larger group, we're able to concisely give a step-by-step solution. So that would be my suggestion there, team.
Point taken.
So internal training
On communication.
and leadership.
I've got like something about meeting of the whole, give him a role, training for all the group, grievance committee, and that's sorry, what's your name? Kai. Just said about the communications chair, give him that role as a chair of whatever he is an expert at, whatever his expertise is.
Yeah, Ms. Rowe. I want to be a bit more concise, and I'm not a stickler, but I just want to make sure we have a clear 3-step process. One, whoever is the chair of the co-op, they should have a training session on communication and leadership. That's step 1. Once those meetings are had, normally that's a 3 to 5 kind of meeting process. Once that phase is over, step 2 is now we're going to make Mr. Alfie chair of a subcommittee on whatever his expertise is. We can come up with that, but I think that's step 2. And then step 3, I would imagine those subcommittees come back to meeting the whole once a quarter or 3 times a quarter or something like that. But we just need to be very concise in how we deliver this message. That's all.
Okay. Just letting everybody know we have a little less than 2 minutes left.
Okay, is there anything else? So basically we've got the training, making Mr. Alfie chair of a subcommittee, training for the whole committee, and a communication. Kai, what was you saying about the communications and chair? Is that the same thing that I was saying?
No, ma'am. The communication and leadership training will be
Okay,
something that is that everyone has access to. So then that way he doesn't feel targeted, because I'm sure during all this sue, he know he's the center of conversation, which is probably why he's acting in that way. So we want to be able to what's the word there when you dilute something in water, right? You want to be able to spread that to everybody, because everyone could garner skills from communication and leadership training. And then from there, you now make him the chair of a subcommittee where his skill sets are then tuned in and used. And then thirdly, he feels a part of the group, and his leadership can be honed in a way that's actually beneficial to the group as a whole. Thank you so much for doing that, Ms. Rowe.
Kai, can you take over for a minute? I have to go and take an urgent call, please. Oh, Wendy.
30 seconds left, roughly.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. If that's what, if you guys are okay with that, I don't mind delivering that message.
That's fine. And for the bandwidth, they had suggested us not showing our pictures just to reduce the amount of bandwidth if you're having too much problem with staying on. Turning off our videos.
Okay, will do.
When we go back into the chat group.
Kai.
Yes, sir.
Where are you located?
Full-time St. Croix.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Martin.
Timer has elapsed. It didn't kick us out, but it says we have 0.00000 minutes left. I don't know if this means we should join back the group.
No, I thought it was automatic. The last time it appeared like it was automatic.
If you look to the top, the timer says 0000. It was a countdown, but it doesn't seem to be taking us out of the room.
Well, suppose that will bring us back in or whatever. But the last time it was, if I remember, it was automatic.
Yeah, it'll happen automatically.
No? Oh.
I said it will. It will.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So, Kai, thank you for that outline. And when we look back in our notes, right, that's exactly what they're suggesting, because he's really intimidating the rest of the group. So therefore they wouldn't speak up. So for him to even become head of a complaint department, no one would say anything to him.
Right. That's funny. Well, thank you for looking back at the notes, and thank you guys again for trusting me to deliver the group's message. I'll do my best.
I wonder that will bring us back in then.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I just spoke to Ms. Cooper. She extended, the other group needed a little more time, but she said if we finish, we could just hit leave room. But she hasn't ended everything because another group needed a little more time, so she extended it for 2 minutes.
Oh.
But if we want to go to the main room, we could just hit leave room.
Mr. Clavier, thanks for facilitating.